Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros., two of Nintendo's most popular franchises, both intended to kind of be local multiplayer couch gaming party affairs. There's so much that these two franchises have in common, and especially with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's inclusion of non-Mario characters, they're looking to be more similar than ever. I mean, you have stuff such as Inklings and Urchin Underpass, Animal Crossing Villagers and an Animal Crossing map, Link and Hyrule Circuit, and even a couple of F-Zero stages. Obviously, this game is very much still Mario Kart, and these inclusions are still, quick bonuses, one-off tracks, and cameos. It's clear that Nintendo is toying with the idea of putting non-Mario Kart characters in Mario Kart. I mean, look at this graph here, it's flawless logic. However, I know a lot of Mario Kart purists want to keep Mario Kart, so in this video, I'm going to be going on the complete other end of the spectrum. Let's leave Mario Kart alone and assume Nintendo comes out with a brand new game called Nintendo Kart. Okay, they wouldn't call it that. It would probably be like Nintendo Racing or something like that. And let's assume that they took a Smash Bros approach, and this was no longer mainly Mario characters with a couple of extras. Instead, it was a true crossover. I've mocked up 4 cups featuring 16 courses from 16 different franchises that I'd want to see in that game, and even a roster I'd love to see. So with that out of the way, hey guys, it's Thomas on the Switched Up, and this is what I want to see in a Nintendo Kart game. Alright, so in the first race in the first cup, we have Bowser World. This course would obviously be from the Mario franchise, because honestly, even in Mario Kart, most of the courses aren't actually inspired by Mario. I mean, you have like Delfino Plaza, but stuff like Electrodrome or Coconut Mall, like these aren't really Mario inspired courses. So I'd love to see one directly inspired from World Bowser of Super Mario 3D World. This entire like Bowser amusement park setup is just so cool to me. In the second course, we have Minecart Carnage from the Donkey Kong franchise. We already have courses like DK Jungle in Mario Kart 7 and 8, so I really didn't want to focus on that. Instead, I thought the minecart sections were the next most iconic part of Donkey Kong Country. Picture Wario's Gold Mine, except the course itself is abandoned, so there's like holes in the track and everything. I don't know, I think something like that would be sick. Next up, we have a course from The Legend of Zelda being Castle Depths. Given that we already got Hyrule Circuit, which is essentially just going through Hyrule Castle, like that's the main cool part about that course, I thought a course that takes place under Hyrule Castle would be sick. Next up, from Metroid Prime, we have Phendrana Drifts. I've gone on record numerous times saying that generally Mario Kart snow courses are pretty underwhelming. I can think of like one good one, and that's DK Summit. I really can't think of many other good ones, like Sherbetland, I don't really care for. Rosalina's like Ice World, that's just terrible. Even Ice Ice Outpost just isn't that exciting. I think the snow courses in Mario Kart are definitely kind of lacking, but Phendrana Drifts is just so cool. It's such a beautiful locale. Imagine maybe for the second or third lap, like the snow really picks up so you have limited visibility. There's just so much cool stuff they could do with this, and as far as Metroid Prime courses go, I mean, this one is just so sick. Quickly before we get into the second cup, if you guys haven't already subscribed yet and you've made it this far in the video and you're enjoying yourself, might as well hit subscribe. It'll make it easier for you to see our videos when we post in the future, and only 25% of the people who watch this channel are subscribed, so if everyone watching this subscribed right now, like hypothetically, I think we'd be at like 400,000 subscribers, which is insane. Anyway, no sponsor for this video, just wanted to ask you guys to subscribe. Let's jump right back into the courses. For the first course in the second cup here, we have Woolly Raceway. This is obviously from the Yoshi series, and I honestly just think that Yoshi Woolly World is better than Yoshi's Crafted World. I don't know if that's a hot take or something, but it's what I believe. So naturally, I want a course from Woolly World, and just some sort of like mashup with a bunch of wool everywhere. That would be super cool. Next up, kind of in a similar vein, we have Rainbow Clay Pass from Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I wanted to name this Rainbow Road, but I think that might be taken by a course. I'm not entirely sure. Seriously though, this goes alongside the last one where it would just be really cool, like visually, the art style would be neat. Like imagine racing on clay. I just think that would be super cool, and Kirby definitely needs some sort of representation. I was toying with putting in a Kirby's Air Ride course, but the clay was just so cool I had to go with this. Next up from Star Fox, we have Corneria Circuit. Racing through Corneria City would be super cool. We've never really seen too much of this city that up close, and given that it's such an iconic location within Star Fox, being able to race through Corneria City would just be so sick. Last but not least, we have Hoenn Circuit. Now you'll notice this course is blacked out. That's because I actually already made a full Hoenn Circuit for Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I made the whole thing out of paper with my sister in this video that'll be linked in the top right corner of the screen. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever done, and I don't know, I just think it looks so cool. So yeah, I wanted to use footage for that rather than just, putting a random picture of Hoenn there. Next up in the third cup, we have Cave of the Past from Earthbound. If this is technically a spoiler, then damn, I don't think Nintendo would use it, but this just looks so damn cool. Like, look at this. Next up, we have Cosmo Terminal from F-Zero. F-Zero naturally already has 2 courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, being Big Blue and Mute City. Both those courses look pretty similar, so I wanted to switch it up and go with Cosmo Terminal, which looks absolutely crazy. Hopefully Nintendo Kart still has the anti-gravity gimmick, because damn, like doing this needs the anti-gravity to do it justice. Next up, this would probably be my favorite one if I'm being honest, the Reset Bomb Forest from Kid Icarus Uprising. Kid Icarus Uprising is an incredibly underrated game. It's one of the best games Nintendo's ever made. The Reset Bomb Forest is just a visually breathtaking location, and seeing it in a Nintendo Kart would be phenomenal. Last but not least, in this cup, we have PNF 404. This is the planet featured in Pikmin 3. Honestly, I just really want a course where we're like the size of Pikmin, going through and each blade of grass or like twig on the ground feels like a giant tree. I've always thought that was a really cool idea, and a Pikmin course would be exactly how to get it done. Last but certainly not least, we have the final cup I made. The first race in this one features the ARMS lab from ARMS. I think driving through an industrial, like grimy kind of factory scientific lab-esque setting is super cool. On top of that, these giant like test tube things that house like the Helix fighter from ARMS, these would make cool obstacles, and maybe you could even smash into them if you have a mushroom. I just think that's a cool, unique setting for a Nintendo Kart track. Next up, we have Arowana Mall from Splatoon. This map is super cool in Splatoon. It features a lot of unique hills, and it's also a very straight linear map. It's kind of just, you can see from like one end to the other. So it would make for a pretty simple Mario Kart track rather than courses like Urshan Underpass, which obviously fit better in the battle mode section of the game. I also just love the Splatoon aesthetic, and I'm kind of pissed that we never got an actual race course for Splatoon in Mario Kart. We obviously only got the Urshan Underpass battle mode. Next up, we have the Garrick Mach Monastery. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't know Fire Emblem at all. This is like the only thing I know because it's a stage in Smash Bros. I think it would be cool, but I really have no opinion here. And speaking of Smash Bros, last but not least, a Final Destination stage. This would be the Rainbow Road of Nintendo Kart. Obviously, Final Destination is literally just a flat plane, so it doesn't really make that much sense in a racing gimmick. But I mean Final Destination more so as the aesthetic, because the aesthetic of Final Destination has always been so cool. It's like this giant platform floating in space, or like a random abyss in Melee. Or I'm pretty sure in Smash 4 it was literally like right next to like the Earth and the Sun at the same time or something like that. So just flying through these random platforms in space, it really does sound like the final version of Rainbow Road. I just think there's a lot they can do with that idea. So now we know if I was making Nintendo Kart, that is where I would be racing. But who would we be racing as? Well, we already have a giant roster of Nintendo characters from Smash Bros. Ultimate. So when making the roster for Nintendo Kart, I really just took that roster and whittled it down. In a game like Mario Kart, where the only difference the characters have is their weight and, you know, a slight handling differences, it would just be completely oversaturated to have the like 80 plus characters in Smash Bros. So I cut the list down to 36 different characters, and these are the ones I came out with. Naturally, I'm assuming I'm gonna get roasted in the comments because I forgot your favorite character, or I didn't include it, or I cut them, but I have my reasoning, so just bear with me. First up, we have Mario, we have Donkey Kong, we have Link, and we have Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, Luigi, Ness, and Captain Falcon. I think all of those make sense. The only questionable one there is Ness, but I mean, I think Earthbound should get some sort of representation, right? Then we have Peach, Daisy, and Bowser. I was considering cutting Daisy, but I didn't because she is a pretty important princess after all. Then Zelda, Falco, Marth, and Ganondorf. I think those all make sense. Then we have Meta Knight, who just made the cut. I really don't think he needs to be in, but I kept him in. Pit, Wario, and Pokemon Trainer. You'll realize that no other actual Pokemon are here. Like I cut out Pikachu, Greninja, Jigglypuff, all those guys. And that's because I feel like Pokemon Trainer would be the one racing. I don't think it would really make sense to have, you know, Pikachu behind the wheel. Then we have Diddy Kong, Lucas, King Dedede, Olimar, and Rob. I kept Rob in because he was in Mario Kart DS, and I just find that so funny, and I want him to be in this one. Then we have Villager, Rosalina and Luma, Palutena, Robin, Shulk, Bowser Jr., Duck Hunt, Inkling, King K. Rool, who I actually really want in, Isabelle. Then I just chose Mii Brawler out of, you know, any of them for the Miis. I think this is generally the bare minimum if you're going to do a Nintendo racer. Of course, certain characters like Robin and Shulk, no one will really lose sleep if they're not in that. Even with characters like Meta Knight and Lucas, I could definitely see them being cut. And honestly, I'd be fine with that in order to get more interesting characters that are newer, like Pauline. Well, okay, Pauline's technically one of the oldest characters Nintendo's ever made, but you know what I mean. Stuff like that would be really cool, so I'd love to see them embrace some new, different characters, but just taking the Smash Bros. Ultimate approach, this is what I got. With that all out of the way, we have a full roster and 4 full cups, so let me know, would you buy this Nintendo Kart game? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you made it this far in the video and haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit that button, hit the like button too if you enjoyed, and I'm Thomas on the Switch Stop signing off, peace.